So this video is called The Myths of Relativity. It's a sort of follow-on from a previous video about special relativity, the correspondence principle. It is referring to this paper called The Two Myths About Special Relativity, and it's by a person who's Wolf, who's from the Department of Physics and Astronomy, Northern Arizona University, and it's dealing with misconceptions about special relativity are common and pernicious. I address two such misconceptions: the low speed behavior of the Lorentz transformation and the meaning of the phrase the constancy of speed of light, as Einstein used it in 1905. And this was a paper to do with the American Association of Physics Teachers. So just dealing with the first myth or misconception for the moment. He says, in the course of a century, the special theory of relativity has given rise to a variety of misconceptions. I address two significant instances, meaning they're more than just what he's pointing out to us. So he says, question: does the Lorentz transformation reduce to the Galilean transformation when the ratio V divided by C is small? And the answer he gives is no. Right, so he says, consider the usual pair of inertial reference frames, the primed frame moving with speed v along the x-axis of the unprimed frame. To avoid any spurious dependence on the origins of coordinate systems, consider a pair of physical events. The Lorentz transformation for the time interval between the events takes the form which he shows here in equation 1. Let the ratio v divided by c be as small as desired but non-zero. Then it is always possible to find an event pair for which delta x is large enough that the term with delta x dominates over the term with delta t. This behavior is entirely different from what the Galilean transformation delta t prime equals delta t asserts, i.e. equation 1 does not become Galilean transformation for time, for small speeds v. So that dealt with the first myth, and now we're going on to the second myth. He says, question: does the phrase the constancy of the speed of light have the same meaning today that it had when Einstein used it in 1905? And he answers no. The meaning of light speed constancy has changed, and that's what I call moving the goalpost. Many things in relativity get changed. NB, when talking about light speed, mean in a vacuum free of influence of fields. He says, today the primary meaning of the phrase is that given a specific burst of light, the burst speed is measured to have the same numerical value in all inertial frames. That is, the speed is constant with respect to changes in the reference frame in which it is observed. A secondary meaning also exists. In any given frame, bursts of light from source with different velocities all have the same speed. That is, the speed of light is constant with respect to changes in the source's velocity. When the typical contemporary textbook uses the phrase the constancy of the speed of light, it intends that both the primary and the secondary meaning apply. And he says, in the years immediately preceding 1905 and in Einstein's seminal paper, the phrase the constancy of the speed of light meant only that the speed of light is independent of the source's velocity. In my view, what is supposed to be meant by constancy of light speed is entirely messed up in modern physics texts. So that is some of the myths, which are misconceptions that modern physics is built upon and upon which students are taught. The students are taught these myths. Finished, thank you. That's the end of this video.